NBA basketball game. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV ratings, the more money. Kevin?
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe, DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. Siakam is out there with Anunoby, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. And for the Heat, Adebayo is the big man with Butler slotting in at the 4. Victor Oladipo is out there with Lowry, and it's Hero in at the 3. You know, the first thing you think of with both these teams, Greg, their athleticism. Some high flyers on the court tonight.
And, Kev, it's not just about the aerial skills, though. There are some guys out there who can flat out wear you down with their ability to run the floor.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Here's Van Vliet. Bounce pass from Trent. Van Vliet outside. Clock at 6. Rebound by the Heat. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Down low, stolen by Van Vliet. Barnes outside. Trent against Oladipo. Siakam passes to Van Vliet. No good on the 3. Now the Heat with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Man, that game goes down to the wire. Both teams exhausted, but only one has something left for the encore.
You know, that one's a tough one to take. You force the extra session, and then you have the heartbreak of not being able to get it done in the extra session. Brutal.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. And, of course, one of the league's longest tenured coaches, GA, is Eric Spoelstra. And he's having a Hall of Fame level career.
And you look at the ground he broke when he was first hired. Not only young, Spo was the first Asian-American head coach in any of the 4 major North American sports league and worked his way up from video coordinator.
Oladipo hits them both.
Well, we know that Victor Oladipo is a combo guard, meaning he can play the 1 and the 2. What I like is how impressive his overall game is and the fearlessness with which he plays. Wow.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Now, here's Butler. He's coming off a 16-point game against Boston. Hero kicks to Adebayo. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Butler with the steal. Oladipo with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. And that one's good by Butler.
Now, Victor Oladipo's passing skills probably unappreciated. This guy is very unselfish and capable.
And the Raptors with the ball. Van Vliet looking around. Trent outside to the paint. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. 6 on the shot clock. Raptors moving the ball around. Toronto needs to get off his shot. No good on the triple. Hero against Anunoby. Hero passes to Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Trent outside. The pass to Barnes. And again, no good by Toronto.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
Well, how about the ability to work off the basketball for a point guard? Victor Oladipo in the catch and shoot. Okay.
Here's Van Vliet. After the made shot from Victor Oladipo, Anunoby kicks to Van Vliet. Trent passes to Van Vliet. 6 to shoot. And here's Trent. Back to Barnes. A second chance effort. Rebound by the Heat.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Hero, no good.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Here's Barnes. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark in 2 for 4.
Boy, Scotty Barnes, the complete package. Nice interior finish there.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
13 feet away. The shot misses. And Toronto will go the other way with it. And here is Trent outside. It's hauled in by Hero. The Heat leading by 3. Inside. And Adebayo throws it down.
This is how Adebayo typically gets his points. Off the roll, off the lob, or off the glass.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Toronto. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
The Heat have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Trent against Lowry. Hero on the wing. Clock at 6. Pass to Adebayo. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And Anunoby now top of the key. Pass to Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
What you see is continued improvement in his ability to create for others. Great to see OG Anunoby make the open read.
Lowry can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Now Oladipo following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. from deep. Oladipo, the pass to Adebayo. The shot will not fall. And Toronto will come the other way.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. An exciting rookie class this year as always, Doris. Just how big an impact could this new injection of talent mean as the season really gets going?
Obviously, it has to play out. It's too soon to say exactly. But what we know unequivocally is one key draft pick can dramatically impact a team's success. So with any luck, some of the teams have absolutely acquired season-altering players.
And the Raptors doors with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer, to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it.
Now, here's Boucher. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That is his first foul of the game. Gabe Vincent, he's checked in for the Heat. Ken Burch is checked in for the Raptors. Flynn comes in for Fred VanVleet. And here are the Raptors now, trailing by 5. Here's Flynn, drilled from 11 feet out.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Robinson misses, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Miami. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Adebayo. Yurtseven comes in for Butler. And Kayla Martin subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Back to Flynn. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. A dunk by Achua.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Vincent. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston. Robinson finds Yurtseven. Here's Vincent. Goes back up. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, how about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Passes it to Boucher. Achua with it. Outside Porter. The pass to Boucher. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
And that one, good. Now it's a 5-point Miami lead.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he commits.
Raptors shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Right side, Flynn. And he banks in the layup. Flynn's got his second basket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Vincent, covered by Flynn. Down low, Porter with the steal. They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. The dunk by Achua.
Well, the basketball IQ on display for Otto Porter makes the right read there.
Here's Vincent. Poked loose. Pass to Yurtseven. Toronto grabs the miss.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Tyler Hero, he's checked in for Robinson. Toronto trailing. Now, here's Boucher. No points in the game yet for him. Flynn the pass to Porter. Lets it go from deep. No good that time. And it's Miami the other way. Here's Martin. Nice D from Porter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Caleb Martin. That's his first foul. And it's the Raptors ball. Outside Porter. Pass to Boucher. Passes to Flynn. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Yurtseven. Here's Vincent, covered by Flynn. Outside Hero. Martin against Porter. Back to Hero. Boucher with the steal. Right wing. Here's Flynn. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Heat with the lead. Here's Hero. Can't cash in from close range. Toronto shooting just 35% to start the game. Outside Flynn. Back to Boucher. There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Birch kicks to Flynn. Lock at 6. Launches a 3. Got a piece of it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
And Miami shooting just 35% to start the game. Here's Hero. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, we know how Tyler Hero's a bucket, but still lots of room for growth. Last season, the 6th Man of the Year winner. He really did struggle, though, in the postseason.
That's good from Hero. And Greg, you look at the playoff shooting percentages for Hero, tailing off from his regular season numbers.
And Kevin, that's not uncommon for a younger player, but the playoffs are what matters. And to be a star, that's when you've got to deliver.
And Hero drops them both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Toronto working the ball around now. Martin against Porter. Shot clock at 5. From the high post. That one doesn't go. And Miami the other way now. Here's Vincent, covered by Flynn. 46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Boucher with the steal. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Achua. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Take a break. Take a break. 3 seconds.
No good on the free throw.
And winning has become more consistent in Miami than ever. Jimmy Butler was acquired, made it all the way to the finals in his first year, and have steadily won games each season.
That one misses. Now, here's Birch. D right on him. It's his first trip to the line.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 seconds.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Birch. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he gets the bucket. And the Heat lead by 3.
Oh, great job moving the rock by Hero. Not a ball stopper. Tyler is a team player.
Here's Flynn. Missed inside.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Vincent. To the inside. Hero. Yep, it counts. And now a 5-point Heat lead.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Heat lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
The Heat leading by 5. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. Barnes out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Siakam in at center. Now here is Lowry. Here's Adebayo. And that one is off. Good D by Siakam. Trent passes to Van Vliet. Now the pass to Anunoby. Dishes it to Barnes. Count it. Good. 7 points for Barnes.
You love how Scotty Barnes embraces the challenge of a contested shot. Don't back down, Scotty.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much.
Third foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
Barnes against Robinson. Now here's Barnes. He's tightly guarded. Over Robinson. Barnes with another miss.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Now here's Butler. And here's Adebayo. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Well, Kyle Lowry has spent his entire career finding open teammates.
Raptors trail by 3. Trent outside. Pass to Barnes. Puts up a 3. Shot clock reset for Toronto. And here's Miami. Butler passes to Robinson. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Robinson's got the lead up to 5 now for Miami.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Barnes looking around. Van Vliet wide open. And again, Toronto no luck.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Robinson misses.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Here's Barnes. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot. Hot!
Lowry up top, covered by Van Vliet. Lowry passes to Butler. 6 to shoot. Here's Robinson, and Barnes sends it back.
Send it back, Scotty Barnes. Show off that defensive acumen.
Van Vliet against Lowry. Pulls up. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Oladipo outside. Deep 2 from Robinson. The Heat rebound. Adebayo. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Adebayo's got 8.
Second chance points kill you. It's a strength of Adebayo picking up the garbage and putting it in.
Pass to Barnes. Tries from 7. Good. 13 points in the game.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And the first time out of the game called for the Heat. And sometimes in the closing moments, NBA games can slow to a crawl. Of course, you and I know that firsthand. Intentional fouls, replay reviews. What should the league revise in terms of that?
The most important thing they did is take some of the replay reviews and allow Secaucus to deal with it. That speeds up action. The fact of the matter is fouls and free throws at the end of the game are part of strategy. And yes, we need to be quick with replay reviews, but we have to understand this is strategic and important stuff that happens.
Here's Robinson following the basket by Scotty Barnes. Here's Lowry. It's rebounded by Anunoby. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Lowry, and Barnes sends it back. Van Vliet left side. That one wide left.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Robinson finds Butler. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Passes it to Oladipo. Here's Adebayo. That one, no good. Good D by Anunoby. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. Raptors trail by 3. Van Vliet kicks to Trent. The pass to Anunoby. Robinson against Barnes. Van Vliet passes to Trent. Barnes right side. Makes it off the glass. Barnes has got 15 points.
It's problematic for the defense because Scotty Barnes has been allowed to catch his rhythm and his game is really flowing right now.
Outside Lowry. To the middle. Here's Robinson. And Barnes sends it back. Count it. Robinson's got 4 points this quarter.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
It's so hard, isn't it, Doris, to define Scotty Barnes' position? Point forward would probably, I guess that'd be correct.
I guess, Kev. And it almost doesn't matter, right? Because what we know about Scotty Barnes is he's got big-time talent. He can make plays. He can get downhill. He can rebound and run with the basketball in his hand. And think about it. He is a guy still with so much upside. Imagine when he locks in completely and understands the NBA game. Sky's the limit.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
It's Trent on the wing, guarded by Robinson. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Anunoby. kicks it to Barnes. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, of course, Scotty Barnes won the Rookie of the Year in 21-22, guys. And you talk about a well-rounded basketball player who will affect winning with both his offensive ability and his defensive versatility.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. And then for Toronto, Chris Boucher's checked in for Fred VanVleet. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Trent. Barnes hits them both. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Timeout called, the Heat. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Yeah, and I also love the intensity they've shown on the glass early on. Keeping plays alive, creating second chance shots, that's nice.
And the first one at the line is good. Both good from the line that time. Now Barnes. 11 points last game. Pass to Anunoby. Now Boucher. Barnes outside. 5 on the clock. And Tyler Hero gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Toronto. Achua comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Flynn subbed in for Scotty Barnes. Here's Achua. Boucher with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Doris, it seemed to change the scenery was good for Chris Boucher.
Guys, think about a guy like Chris Boucher, an unknown quantity when he enters the NBA, a tribute to the player development system in Toronto. Here was a guy with a lean frame. You didn't know what he could be in the NBA. A career year in 2021. The guy can flat shoot the basketball, he can be dangerous in transition, and he competes on the defensive end.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first.
What I like about Chris Boucher is he seems to understand what his team expects from him. They need him to guard, they need him to rebound, and they know how aggressive and assertive he is on the offensive end.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Here's Vincent. outside, Hero. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Achua. The Raptors have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Puts it up from 12. Dedmon with the block. Hero on the wing. An easy 2 points on the layup. 6 points for Tyler Hero. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career. And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Ken Burge is checked in for OG Anunoby. Here's Hero. 20 points for him last game against Boston.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy. Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And finished off by Porter.
Now, that slender frame sometimes lets Porter slip right through the cracks and get to the rim.
Here's Vincent, covered by Flynn. Passes it to Martin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Heat have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And he knocks down the first one.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Both shots good from the stripe. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Raptors trail by 4. And there's the pass to Boucher. Back to Flynn. Takes a 3. That shot no good. And Miami the other way now.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now Hero. He's got 6. Here's Dedmon. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far. And Toronto has possession. Now here's Flynn. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
To the paint. They swipe it. Porter with it. And it's Martin picking him up to the inside. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Achua.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass. Oh, the officials are all over that one.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago, 87% from the line.
That's good from Hero. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. Good on both. 1:41 left in the first half. Outside Porter. Pass to Boucher. Now here's Achua. He's defended by Yurtseven.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. First one falls for him. And the Heat making a change here. Butler's checked in. And so Boucher nails both of them. 1:19 left in the second quarter. Here's Vincent. Right side Martin. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by the Raptors. VanVleet outside. And the foul on Khem Birch. That is his first foul of the game. The Heat leading by 4. Here's Hero. Boucher with the rebound.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on one of them.
Hero against Boucher. Outside Hero. Pass to Martin. The 3. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got his 4th rebound in this one. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And he's good on the 3-ball. Butler's got 5 points so far.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
VanVleet outside. Lets it go with a 3. And no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Heat out front. They're up by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So we got to keep shooting them. Hopefully, start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami.
Their biggest lead in the first, 5 points.
The second quarter was a heated battle, and they were only outscored by 1, ending the half with a 4-point lead.
Kenny, let's get your take on Miami.
They made a lot of trips to the free throw line. That speaks for how aggressive they were, attacking at every opportunity. They're not playing with the finesse game that the other team's playing.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Adebayo is the big man with Butler slotting in at the 4. Lowry out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's Hero in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Here's Adebayo. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 5 rebounds tonight. And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title. Well, we know that Fred VanVleet can be relied upon to find the open man. This guy's so consistently good at it.
Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Siakam.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. VanVleet kicks to Trent. Hero against Barnes. Back to Trent. Takes the 3. No good on that one. And the Heat going the other way now. Hero attacking. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, flashy play by Hero off the drive, turning his speed into airtime for a dunk.
Raptors trail by 6. Trent outside. Barnes passes to Anunoby. Back to Barnes. It's Trent on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Over Oladipo. And they'll get another chance. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, Pascal Siakam showing you I can do a little bit of everything. You need an offensive rebound, a second chance opportunity, willing to do what it takes.
Now, here's Lowry. A wide open look here for Oladipo. No good from outside. Poked away. To the middle. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from VanVleet.
Boy, at his size, Fred VanVleet has to be so crafty on the interior. Defense has nothing for him there.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Pass to Oladipo. Butler against Anunoby. And it's Butler missing.
Boy, no idea why he went with the fadeaway. Had a clean look at the basket.
And Barnes sends it back. 4-on-3 break. VanVleet with it. Lowry picks him up.
The vertical of OG Anunoby. Go ahead, sir. Finish with authority.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And when the stakes get high and you need a big shot, we know how dependable Fred VanVleet is.
It feels to me, Greg, like the bigger the moment, the more dangerous Fred VanVleet is. We've seen him so many times knock down so many huge shots. Doesn't matter the setting, Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals. This guy, the very definition of fearless.
The Heat making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Back to Lowry. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Heat lead by 2.
Yeah, this guy has spent a lot of his career in the painted area and knows how to finish. Kyle Lowry inside.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The son of an NBA vet, Gary Trent Jr.'s game is very different than his dad's.
Well, obviously, Gary Sr. had more size and therefore was a post player in a different generation. The younger Mr. Trent, an excellent shooter from deep. Pretty much the opposite style of play.
First free throw is good.
What you love about Gary Trent Jr., guys, is here's a guy who not only excels from the three-point line. Yes, he's a consistent guy stretching the floor, but his fearlessness, his willing to take big shots in tight spots, that is something to behold.
Now here is Lowry. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Outside Robinson. Here's Butler. That shot missing. Good D by Anunoby. And so Anunoby will bring it up for Toronto. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Trent passes to Siakam for the lead. Some solid defense from Butler. The Heat have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. It's deflected. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Victor Oladipo staying in control there. Use the pump fake to get that defender committed, and boom, you get yourself an opportunity.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Shoot 2.
That free throw good from Oladipo. He's off on the second. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Raptors with the lead. Barnes outside. The pass to Trent. Now, here's Siakam. And the basket is good. And it's 6 points for Siakam.
Well, obviously, the defense has not been great this half, and you've got to be able to address this quickly.
Oladipo outside. Adebayo kicks to Oladipo. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo. Oladipo's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
Well, during his career, Oladipo has been a legit threat from deep. You have got to close and challenge that jumper.
Toronto, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Barnes against Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And last season, Bam Adebayo said it was disrespectful that he wasn't named a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, no arguing here. He's definitely an elite defender. Second team all defense 3 years running. Great toughness and versatility.
first free throw is good. Barnes hits them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Miami with the ball. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Oladipo. Pass to Butler. 5 to shoot. It's Robinson high post. Outside for Lowry. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Van Vliet against Lowry. Trent outside. Back to Van Vliet. Over Lowry. And the Raptors miss again.
I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through.
Fades. It's Butler that time on the assist by Lowry. Butler's got 7 points.
Jimmy Butler's so consistent from the mid-range, and if the defense wants to take away the 3 in the restricted area, work that shot, no problem.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Barnes outside. And here is Van Vliet. He's got 5. Siakam, right side. Back to Van Vliet. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
By himself. And Siakam throws it down.
Excellent anticipation of a teammate's defensive ability. Siakam gets out in transition. Nice.
Outside Lowry. Pass to Adebayo. Banked in off the glass. He's got 12.
And terrific to see Adebayo putting up big numbers. He's continuing to grow as a scorer.
Now Van Vliet. Back to Trent. Here's Anunoby. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside Lowry. Down low. Here's Oladipo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr.
Well, Victor Oladipo is unafraid in the face of contact. That's a nice move.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. And the Heat with some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Adebayo. Caleb Martin comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Toronto, Ken Burks is checked in for Siakam. Achua comes in for Gary Trent. And Chris Boucher's subbed in for Barnes. Oladipo hits them both. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Passes to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Now the pass to Anunoby. Oladipo against Boucher. Oladipo with the double team. Birch the pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 3. Yep, that one goes. Anunoby's got 10 points in the quarter.
And in the first half, it was a struggle offensively, shooting a very low percentage, but it hasn't prevented them from grabbing the lead, and now they're shooting it much better here in the second.
Boucher with the ball, and it's Martin picking him up. Boucher kicks to Van Vliet. Achua the pass to Anunoby. Toronto working the ball around now. Pass to Achua. From deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Vincent. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Vincent's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And the Raptors shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Pass to Anunoby. Boucher with the ball. Back to Anunoby. Clock at 6. Passes it to Van Vliet. Fires the 3. Here's Birch. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And the shot's good from Boucher.
And after what was just a horrendous shooting performance in that first half, they're finally starting to find their rhythm here in the second.
Here's Vincent. 6 points for him. 1:53 left to play here in the third. Here's Martin. Boucher with the rebound.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
Tremendous vision from Chris Boucher. He is making a case for being more involved offensively.
Oladipo outside. 1:21 left in the third quarter. And Boucher sends it back. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Caleb Martin. That's foul number 2 for him. Tyler Hero. He's checked in for Miami. Raptors leading by 6. The pass to Boucher. Here's Birch. Dedmon with the block. Here's Vincent, covered by Van Vliet. Vincent misses. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Here's Anunoby. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, you like the decision-making from OG Anunoby right there. Picking quality shots, gets into his jump shooting motion. Well done.
Oladipo misses.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Intercepted. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up and finished off by Robinson.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered closely. Achua finds Boucher. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. No good, shot missing. And so it's Toronto with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. So the Raptors 5 right now. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. It's Boucher out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
I'm glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Pass to Butler. Back to Hero. 6 to shoot. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this is why many are high on Hero. Possesses ability to kick it up a notch and just take over.
Toronto leading by 6. Van Vliet kicks to Boucher. Toronto working the ball around now. Barnes bounce pass. Trent finds Van Vliet. Barnes outside. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Lowry against Van Vliet. Now here's Lowry, guarded closely. Outside, Hero. Just 5 to shoot. The shot by Lowry, no good. The Raptors shooting 43% from the floor. And a wide open look for Siakam. They get it back. Barnes can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 8. Hero attacking. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists now tonight.
More than a great jump shooter, Hero is a tremendous ball handler who can finish the drive with either hand.
Now here's Barnes. For 3, Van Vliet sinks the three-pointer. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 9 now for the Raptors.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Lowry sinks that one from the post.
The tenacity of the play by Kyle Lowry pushes through the contact and scores it.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Van Vliet passes to Boucher. Trent outside. Van Vliet outside. Barnes up top. He's covered by Hero. Clock at 4. Back to Barnes. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's Butler. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Second chance shot, and the bucket is good from Butler in deep.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Trent outside. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Siakam. Knocked loose. Boucher passes to Siakam. And it's Miami with the rebound. And Butler, here we go. And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, gentlemen, you know the expression, go big or go home. Jimmy Butler attacking with ferocity.
Raptors leading by 3. And the Raptors call time here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
Oladipo, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Toronto also making a switch. Achua's checked in. And with an update from the sidelines, Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. They lead by 1. Barnes down low. He's covered by Hero. Trent against Oladipo. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, the defense trying to get physical and shake up Gary Trent Jr., and he's not having any of it.
And Adebayo throws it down.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Back to Van Vliet. Barnes outside. Van Vliet against Lowry. Inside. Now here's Adebayo. He's guarded closely. Over Siakam. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 11 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ballgame.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Van Vliet passes to Barnes. Van Vliet finds Trent. From 12 feet out. Count that one.
After being held scoreless in the first, he's turning it on here in the second.
And here are the Heat now. They're on a 12-4 run. Lowry passes to Adebayo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
An outstanding athlete for a player of his huge build. Adebayo will bang and bump with the best of them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Adebayo. And Adebayo drops them both. The Raptors have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Here's Lowry. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Van Vliet outside. Trent outside. The 11-footer. It's hauled in by Hero.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him. Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Now it's a 5-point Toronto lead.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Butler. Outside Lowry. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Connects from three-point range.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Adebayo down low. Covered by Van Vliet. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Adebayo. Van Vliet kicks to Trent. Van Vliet with it. Out to the right wing. Bounce pass Achua. Clock at 6. Here's Barnes. No good that time. The Heat go the other way with it. Now here's Lowry. There's the dish to Oladipo. Here's Adebayo. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. And now it's just a 4-point Raptor lead. And so here's Toronto. Trent outside. Out left to the wing. Now here's Achua. Defended by Butler. The shot's good from Achua.
Not everything fell for them in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Outside Lowry. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid. And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Gary Trent Jr. is accustomed to dealing with aggressive defense. That's the level of scorer he is. But in the interior there, I'll tell you, draws the contact nicely.
The free throw drops for Trent. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
Outside Lowry. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. That falls. Nice speed that time from Kyle Lowry.
What a boost to have Kyle Lowry running the show. Selfless, smart, and always looking to create.
Raptors leading by 6. To the inside. Siakam. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jimmy Butler. And the first one drops.
I think the value of Pascal Siakam is the skill set on both ends of the floor. He can play multiple positions either end, and he can lift his team in any number of ways.
Siakam hits them both. And the Heat call time here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Fred VanVleet.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
This was a bounce-back game for him. He was very shaky in his previous outing, so give him credit for being able to turn it around so quickly. The Heat trail by 8. And it's Lowry penetrating, looking to get it going. Great D that time from VanVleet. Toronto's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Oladipo, buries it down low.
Well, there's a certain aggressiveness and assertiveness with which Victor Oladipo approaches the game. That's a pretty play through contact.
Barnes, right side. And again, Toronto no up. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for the Miami Heat. Hero passes to Butler. Outside Lowry. Six on the shot clock. Hero, that's a two-pointer. Offensive rebound. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And one of the more active big men in our league. Adebayo never stops working.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 5. And he makes both free throws.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Trent kicks to VanVleet. Anunoby against Butler. Anunoby passes to VanVleet. Siakam, right side. Passes it to Anunoby. Over Butler. Kept alive. Back to Siakam. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
The Heat trail by 4. Right side Lowry. Butler on the wing. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Now, here's Trent. Siakam outside. The shot that time, not on target. Now the Heat with it. Here's Lowry. Yes! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Lowry is stone cold when it comes to making big-time shots. Go ahead, Kyle.
And the Raptors call time here. It's tied at 95. 36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Trent. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Oladipo. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Stolen by Van Vliet. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. It's Trent on the wing. Trying to end the drought. Great D that time from Adebayo.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment here at FTX Arena. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. And so here's Toronto. Adebayo is the big man with Butler slotting in at the 4. Oladipo is out there with Lowry, and it's Hero into the 3 slot. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
With strong athleticism, Adebayo can finish just about any lob with his large catch radius.
Trent outside. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Barnes kicks to Trent. Over Oladipo. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Now here's Barnes. After Tyler Hero's miss, the pass to Van Vliet. And it goes down 2 points. Van Vliet's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
Well, brought up in an unselfish system, Pascal Siakam takes great pride keeping his teammates involved.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Outside, Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Butler. He's guarded by Anunoby. Here's Adebayo. Here's Butler. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. Here's Anunoby. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. And the Raptors lead by 2.
You can see that OG Anunoby wants the opportunity to deliver in a big moment and does. Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Barnes outside. Back to Trent. Anunoby passes to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Anunoby. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Great D that time from Adebayo. The Heat have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far here in overtime. Here's Oladipo. And Adebayo throws it down hard.
And this is too easy for Adebayo. Once he's close to the rim, he is going to damage it.
And the burst of quickness on display with the Mobile One drive.
And that's a thing of beauty. Certain plays, almost no words. You just sit back and appreciate it.
Trent can't hit. Miami leading by 4. Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, it's about inside positioning and the attack mentality. Jimmy Butler on the throwdown.
Overtime basketball, a little under 3.5 minutes into it. Trent again, throw it deep. Yes, that goes in.
Gary Trent Jr. has been fearless since the moment he stepped into the NBA. How about that big-time bucket?
Van Vliet against Lowry. To the paint, here's Butler. And he uses the glass on the layup. Butler's got the lead up to 6 now for the Heat.
Jimmy Butler loves to rise to the occasion, sticks it right in the defense's face.
Trent kicks to Barnes. Here's Siakam. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
Pascal Siakam. Improvement, yes. Big-time player, no doubt.
Lowry passes to Hero. Barnes grabs the miss. The Raptors have gotten off to a 4-for-8 start from the field in overtime. Trent outside. Passes it to Siakam. Great D that time from Adebayo.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And the pass to Lowry. Lets it go from deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 30 seconds left in overtime. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop, then a foul immediately.
Six-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Trent. Got it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
This guy's got a habit of making tough shots. For Gary Trent Jr., he welcomes the contact.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 7. 23 seconds left in the first overtime. Here's Banton. Barnes outside. And a miss there on the triple.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And here's Lowry. And so it's Miami winning this one. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Bam. Activity on blast tonight. How pleased were you with the performance?
I'm just happy we won. You know, the stats don't matter unless you get a win. So I'm happy we got a win and keep dedicating them to my mom, man. You know, she's my blessing, so she just keeps blessing me for some reason.
Love the love, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.